If you are new to Medicare or you've been on the same Medicare supplement for a number of years and do not have somebody in your corner that you can reach out to make sure that you're properly covered and not paying more for your coverage than you should be, this video is designed specifically for you. This is the Medicare Rate Check, where I travel around the country letting folks know about the plans that are available and the rates that you should be paying for those plans so that you never worry if you are properly covered and paying more for that coverage than you ought to be. We're going to be stopping today in St. Louis, Missouri. It is April 2026. And stick around for the next few minutes. We're going to be looking at rates in an area near you. Hello, my name is Tyler Mason. I am the Bearded Broker, and the information I'm about to share with you is something that I have shared with over 1,000 individuals one-on-one. So I'm excited to be able to bring it to you in this format here. Many of the folks that I've chatted with have gone on to become my clients. I am more than grateful for the opportunity to represent them. I've represented many of them for a number of years. So if at any point you have questions about anything in this, or if you want to talk in more detail, in the description down below, you will find a link to my calendar. You will talk with me personally if you book a time on that. Happy to chat with you and break all of this down in greater detail. We're going to jump into High Deductible Plan G, and Plan N today. Now, most folks are familiar with G and N. If you're on a Medicare supplement, that's probably the one that you've got. If you're looking, that's probably one of the ones that's been presented to you. Unfortunately, most folks are not even aware of the High Deductible Plan G, which is unfortunate because it's probably one of the most powerful options available, and I'll show you why. Let's start first with our standard Plan G and N. We're familiar with them. They cover 100% of what original Medicare leaves behind. They leave you responsible for the Part B deductible of $283 for the year here in 2026. Plan N does not cover the Part B excess charge, which I know sounds really scary. It's not. Less than 2% of all Medicare claims in the country are even subject to the excess charge. So it's incredibly rare, but it is there. Plan N also does allow for some co-pays as well, but the savings on Plan N generally more than justify a few co-pays a year because you're banking on a lower monthly premium. But let's look at that High Deductible Plan G. It's going to operate exactly the same way as a standard Plan G. Any hospital, any doctor, any clinic that accepts original Medicare will accept a High Deductible Plan G. So you get all the simplicity, the convenience, the predictability, all of that comes with it. Here's the difference. Instead of the $283 deductible, it has a $2,950 deductible, which I know is a huge jump. Stay with me. When a High Deductible Plan G is structured properly with what I call umbrella coverage, you can actually have all the benefits of a Medicare supplement, a much, much lower monthly premium for your High Deductible G, and even with the umbrella coverage packaged with it, your monthly premium is still generally much cheaper than a standard Plan N, definitely cheaper than your Plan G. So the High Deductible Plan G can be a great way to go. Now, before I go on to the rates, which are coming, I just want to remind you, if you have not done so, click the subscribe button down below. Click the notification bell. The reason is because I put out content all the time regarding Medicare, any updates, any things like that that are Medicare related. Make sure that you are always informed as to what's coming and what your options are. So go ahead and take a moment, click that subscribe button. Now, we're going to be looking at High Deductible G and Plan N. You can see those listed here on your screen. You can see the rates. They're sorted by men and women, and then ages 65, 70, and 75 to give some ranges. If you're on a Plan G and you're paying more than that, or if you're on a Plan N and paying more than that, then of course we can plan to make some adjustments there. If you're unfamiliar with the High Deductible Plan G and want to know more about it, there's good reason. As you can see, High Deductible Plan G is $100 to $150 less per month than what you are paying or could be paying for a traditional Plan G or Plan N. Even with that umbrella coverage, you're going to come in better than you will just on that Plan N or Plan G alone. So it can be a great way for you to get all of the benefits of a Medicare supplement, but a lower monthly cost, protecting your pocketbook while still protecting your out-of-pocket risk. Now, before you take off, a couple of other things. We're going to talk about how not all insurance carriers are the same. So a G is a G regardless, an N is an N regardless. But the carriers that offer them are not the same. And there's some key distinctions there. Also, I'm going to talk about some common myths that cost folks hundreds or thousands of dollars a year and make their insurance coverage much more stressful than it needs to be. So stick with me for just a few more minutes here. Let's look at the Medicare supplement criteria when looking at a carrier. First one is that AM Best rating. Think of this like the credit score for the insurance world, okay? All insurance carriers are given an AM Best score, which basically boils down to, can they pay your claims when you need them to? And not all scores are created equal. So we want to look at that. Second thing is how long a carrier has been in an area. If they're new, it's not uncommon for them to offer introductory rates to get folks excited, get some momentum, and then those rates will go up by 25, 30, 35% or more, and you're left with a much higher premium and having to potentially adjust. Then we want to look at the size of the enrollee pool. If a carrier doesn't have a huge representation, then one of two things happens. Either one, they've got to raise the rates to spread that out, or they will pull out of a market completely, and then you're left having to find a new carrier. So I check across all three of these criteria with every provider that I place my clients with. Some common myths. The first myth is that it costs a fee to work with a broker like myself. The reality is I couldn't charge a fee even if I wanted to. My licensing prohibits me from charging folks to be able to assist. So if you book a time with me, there is no cost for that consultation. If we find coverage that looks like it's a good fit, there's no fee for me to assist with the enrollment process. And then if you call me after the fact with questions or you need anything, there's no cost for those calls either. My services are free. And second myth is you'll get a better deal if you go straight to the insurance company. The reality is the insurance company sets the rates. They do not reserve any special rates for people that come directly to them. I'm able to offer the same rates as the insurance provider. Here's the difference. If you DIY, if you do it yourself and go to the insurance carrier, your agent is now a 1-800 number, and whoever happens to answer the phone after you wait on hold for who knows how long, versus working with a broker like myself where you've got my personal number. You call me, I know who you are. We can talk about your questions. We can make sure that your issues or things are resolved. We can make adjustments as needed. And then you move on with your day and you're able to do the things that are more exciting or more relevant. The third myth is that the insurance companies in some way influence how I operate. And the reality is I've got my criteria I have to meet for my licensing standards, but the insurance carriers cannot come in and influence or push me to do one thing or the other as far as coverage types or options or anything like that. I'm a broker. I don't work for them. I work to represent my clients, and I'm able to best do that by having a wide range of folks that I represent. So you can see here a list of some of the carriers that I work with. This is not everybody, but there's some names you should recognize. Names like Aetna, Mutual of Omaha, Physicians Mutual, United Healthcare, AARP. There's a number of carriers that I do represent. Okay. So all of them are individuals that I trust. They meet those criteria that we discussed. They're solid, reputable providers. Now, from here, the next step is going to be to book an appointment. Again, you'll find that link to my calendar in the description down below. You've got the information. If anything stood out, if you want to make an adjustment from one plan to another, or from one letter to another, or you want to go to that high deductible G with umbrella coverages, schedule a time, reach out. We can chat through all of that. And then after that, you get the free ongoing lifetime support. I continue to be there for my clients month in, month out, year in, year out. Now, I also want to draw your attention to the fact this information was provided to you without a registration. I didn't require you to give me your name, your phone number, your email address, your zip code, your birth date. Most of the information that's available out there right now requires a registration so that those individuals can then reach out to you. I simply don't do that. This information is provided because I'm confident that my information provided today will be valuable, and folks that find value in it will call me. They will reach out to me and we'll be able to chat directly. So I'm happy to provide that to you. The final thing is I will never have the marketing budget of those major insurance carriers that are spending thousands of dollars every day to get your attention on social media platforms or in the mail or whatever else. My information is passed because individuals do find it valuable. So either you searched for something that brought this information to you, or a friend or a family member thought it would be helpful and relevant, and they shared it with you. That's all I ask. If this is meaningful for you, let's chat. If you know of somebody that may be able to benefit from what I've shared today, share it with them. Let them decide what they want to do with it from there. I'm here to help, happy to do so. I look forward to seeing you on my calendar or in that next video.